We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials. Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation. We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next. The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials and what are their plans? It's time to find out with the Voices of Contact.
We are the voices of experiencers because we are the experiencers. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because truth brings powerful transformation. We are the voices of change. We are about evolution on an expansive level, living life without fear and becoming the bridge between two different realities. Profound evolution is here. Profound integration is here. This is the Voices of Contact. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary. I'm a channeler and psychic medium. I'm also a hypnosis regressionist for ET experiencers, and I work with MUFON doing regression work. I also work with PTSD experiencers, paranormal experiencers, and victims of crime to assist them in recall. I'm really looking forward to another amazing show tonight with our panel. I just want to say to you guys that the work that you're doing here with me is so impactful, like literally it's life-changing. And I thank you for being a part of it and being here with me. It means more than you realize to me as well as the listeners. So allow me to introduce some of my most favorite people. First, we have Deb and RJ DeRoos. They're authors, paranormal UFO researchers, and they're experiencers themselves. And they also are the founders of the Michigan UFO Contact that happens every year in Houghton Lake, Michigan at the end of September. They're owners and managers of Mystical Awakenings Radio, Mystical Awakening Podcast on the YouTube channel, and at the Mystical Awakenings Metaphysical Store in Houghton Lake, Michigan. Last but definitely not least, we have our amazing new panelist, Deborah Jordan Cobble. She was the central figure in Bud Hopkins' international bestseller, Intruders, The Incredible Visitations at Copley Woods, which was actually made into a CBS miniseries in 1992. She's co-author of the book Abducted, The Story of the Intruders Continues, and author of Extraordinary Contact, Life Beyond Intruders. She's a former Indiana MUFON investigator and co-founder of her own paranormal group, Paranormal Underground, and host of the Midwest Paratalk podcast. With the amazing panel that we have tonight, I know that anything is possible. And we're going to get down deep into discovery and answers to what's actually really happening out there. This show is all about transmutating the light from the dark and replacing fear with knowledge. Through my regression work, I have come across amazing cases with some amazing clients. It is my passion to work with them and to help them have a better understanding of the contact they've had. Whether they were taken, have had contact in the physical realm, or through a dream state. I'm grateful that my clients have agreed to allow me to use their regressions on the Voices of Contact. Tonight, this is the place to be because the panel breaks down the experiences, providing powerful feedback. I love it because all the listeners get to learn and connect, and the person that I regressed walks away even more immersed in the experience with a new perspective on their contact. Literally, it's a win-win, right? This is the Voices of Contact.
Hi, you guys. How are you
everybody.
tonight?
Good.
Hi, Dana and Mary and Deb. Good to see you all.
We're back at it again.
Yes, we are. I love it. All of our gatherings are good.
That's right. So we're continuing on from last week. And so just the reminder, it's the gentleman that I regressed that actually channels ET.
Right.
So this was the reptilian ET that we were talking to last week. And so for you, I have more questions that I asked. So for this first question, I wanted to know what was the universal language that humans can use to contact extraterrestrials?
Ooh, nice.
Okay. So, what is the universal language that humans can use to make contact with extraterrestrials?
That is a very complex answer, but to simplify it, the best ways to communicate with others outside of your physical is to be able to allow yourself to understand that you are not doing something physical. That can be a very troubling experience for those that are still entrapped into the physical. So we work with those that are supposed to be working outside of your physical to experience different things through their lives in order for them to be used to knowing that there's more than just what the physical world has, which is all part of this ascension. We help people go through their ascension differently depending on why they came here. Came here for a certain purpose and reason. So we work with him in the way that helps him go through his purpose. You are the same way as many others. Most star seeds come here to have a purpose. Usually, on a basic level, come here for a purpose to help the world thrive and to go into a vibration to help ascend into a higher frequency in order to understand these things. But as a whole, everyone is not there, but we are getting close. We just need to help people learn that there is more to the life frequency that we have. There's more to connect outside of what we see, what we physically see. Just as much as those that are awakened in a sense where they can see auras or that they can see things through their third eye, those are all a spiritual experience, not a physical experience. Because you don't use your physical eyes to see, you're using your third eye to see. So with the crystal that you have amongst yourselves, you use yourself to see things outside of the physical. Once you master that, as long as you have the intent to talking to someone specific, there shouldn't be a problem through the communication.
Interesting. What came to my mind right away is, and I just had this thought in my head earlier today, for whatever reason, I don't know. But I was like, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they said something about how do you uh, make that, how do you make that happen? And I said to them, I don't make things happen. I allow them to happen. That's that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. As a medium, I want to kiss this guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, I love the way,
Uh-oh.
we really don't need this physical and this voice to communicate or to see or to know. We just do. And yeah, I love it.
It's like everything's illusion, but it's what you make. It's what you manifest, right? And so we just agree that these things we see in this reality are what they are, but really, it's what you, like you said, it's what you want to accept, what you want to believe, what you want to see, and what you want to understand in your third eye, and you can go anywhere without traveling.
Well, I can say, for many years ago, I studied under two shamans, and for a long time, I did shamanic journeys with people. And one thing that I found absolutely, totally fascinating is I could do a group of 50 people, and they would all see the same thing. they would go to the lower worlds or go to other places. And unless they were going, purposely going separate places, the things that they would describe in the journeys were things that don't always exist on this planet, but they would describe them identically. So, this is kind of, it all goes together. We don't need this physical to see. The spiritual does see. Yeah, I love it.
And for me, I felt like he was showing us how to communicate telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
The first stage of taking it to that level. Because in a sense, that's what mediums and psychics are doing.
Exactly.
Is they're communicating telepathically.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that knowledge that everybody is capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just have to allow it.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people
accept it.
that aren't comfortable with it, don't recognize it, don't know what to do with it, and it doesn't happen.
Right.
Exactly.
But if you let it, it will.
Right. And that's perfectly stated, I think, Deb, because it's not something that we can make happen. It's something that is.
It is. You just choose whether you participate or not.
Right. And the human brain can block anything.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
I
all
know.
about allowing it.
When I said your minds are powerful, more powerful than you think.
Yeah. This is a good one, Mary.
So to give you a little bit of feedback, because this next clip's going to play about the crystal. Okay, so I just want it to make sense to you. So there was a part in his experience where the ET's connecting with him and takes this crystal, and places it into his chest. And so I asked, because he was talking about, everybody's crystal that they have. So I asked if it was the same kind of crystal that had been given to him. So give me one moment. So when you say, when I use my crystal, do I have a crystal like this?
Everyone has that crystal. It's part of the physical body. The physical needed some form or way in order to make those, what you would call phone calls to a different place, a different realm. So we helped create the physical human body to express a certain frequency and vibration in order to communicate and talk with us. The crystal for the pineal gland is a crystalline-like structure within you. That helps you, but your heart is usually the most concrete way of coming through and talking to us. It's the connection of your energy. You have to be in a space of connection.
Is that why universal love is so important?
There's a lot of universal laws, but yes, this one is very important because this is a very similar thing on the biblical story of Jesus and what he was capable of doing with the world. It's not doing what he does, it's doing what he believed. Everyone has that consciousness. We're just needing to learn and understand that it's there, to believe that it's there, to know.
I believe that it's in the when they talk about having faith. I don't believe that means to have faith in your religion or your religion is faith. I believe it means to have faith that whatever you intend whatever your intention is, that will be, if you just believe that it will be. And like to manifest things, you don't, it's one thing to think, oh, I'm going to make this come in my, you have to feel it with your entire being as if it already happened, and feel that energy that is happening. There people, and then people will say, oh, I tried that, and I tried to tell myself this was going to happen. I was going to hit the lottery. It didn't happen, blah, blah, blah. That's because something inside of you is human. I mean, I do it all the time. I still have that nagging doubt. That's what faith is, that little mustard seed. It's all it takes. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good opinion. I like that. I agree with you. The Nazis went to a great extent to put fluoride in water to form calcium or something, a deposit around our pineal glands, and we did it here so that we don't use our crystal. And you can look this up. It's for a reason, because that is our third eye. That's where we do channel, and where we get our information, where we get our psychic abilities and everything like that. So, but somebody has gone to, they went to lengths to put something around that so we don't use it. So, and we looked at that years ago. We were talking about
Right. Yeah. And back in, I don't know when it started, but I know you guys will remember, a few of you, maybe not Mary. But it used to be when you had children, you had to give them the fluoride tablets, like a daily vitamin. You don't forget to give them their fluoride, because that helps their teeth stay strong.
It's nuts.
And, for whatever reason, I was a very young mom in the 70s, and I said, I will not give that to my kids. So I always had that nagging knowing that this isn't a good thing. There's a reason, and not a good reason, that they want everybody taking fluoride. And like RJ said, then they had it in the water.
I don't remember taking fluoride in a pill form, but I do remember going to the dentist and having to wear that mouthpiece. What was
They
full
still
of
do that.
fluoride treatments?
Yeah.
Where you're like drooling off the thing.
They put it in our shampoos and our conditioners.
Wow. At this point, I've probably soaked in so much fluoride that
we have no
Well,
doubt.
it was,
like a
I wasn't
fluoride
the
machine
only.
over here.
I wasn't the only parent that was against giving my kids these fluoride tablets, and then they were putting it in the water, and maybe still do. I don't know.
More people are aware of it. That's why you see
But I
shampoos
just
and
want to
things
show
say
you
that.
guys this.
Isn't
he lovely?
Yes.
I don't know if you can see can't see his crystal on the third eye. It's there.
Anyway, you can buy shampoos and stuff that says no fluoride in, or toothpaste.
Why on earth would we need fluoride in shampoo?
Well, they don't, but
it calcifies the pineal gland.
Yeah, it calcifies.
There's a Dr. Gary Nolan at Stanford who's recently done a lot of research and study on people who've had these experiences and their brains. And he's found some strange differences in the brains of people who've had experiences, contact experiences, even military people who've had brushes with these things. And it has to do with the center part of the brain. And I can't remember what it's called. It's like on the Googles trying to figure out what that's called. You'll have to Google it up. Google Gary Nolan. But it's in the center part of the brain. And in people that have had experiences like we've had, it's larger.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's...
well, I think the pineal gland is just behind in the middle there, right there.
So I'm not sure exactly, what this part of the brain is called, but it's deep in the center.
Yeah.
And it's enlarged. Yeah. And so that's, I think that the research he's doing is fascinating, by the way. So if anybody wants to
I've heard of him. Yeah.
do a deep dive in the Googles one night when you're kind of bored. Google up Dr. Gary Nolan at Stanford, and
The
it will blow your mind. Yeah, the Googles.
Google's queen. We love it.
I'm the Googler.
It's pretty amazing you could do that.
All right. So for this next one, my question was if we were ever going to reach a point where the majority of people would actually believe that ET existed. When do you think that we'll discover extraterrestrials to the point where other people who don't believe become believers?
Again, it's just depending on the frequency and vibration. We're coming to a place where everyone is ascending. How do you see the world? How do you specifically see the world? Do you see it thriving or do you see it falling? Do you see it getting better or do you see it getting worse? Depending on what you look at things and how you look at things in the physical will determine your vibration and frequency in order to have the experience that you're looking to have. So if you want to have the experience of the world thriving and doing better, then you have to change your frequency and vibration to be able to see it thrive and do better. It depends on what each individual wants or what they're seeking to have. Everyone looks at things different depending on their experience. So it's up to them as an individual to believe, to see, and do whatever they want to do. Since we are not allowed to intervene, the only way we can intervene is with a guiding hand. We give you the tools, and it's up to you to build the structure.
So true.
See, I told you.
Yep.
It all starts here.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's how you want it.
The world that you want to be in is the
Yeah.
one that you're going to think,
Absolutely.
and that's what you'll see.
Absolutely. I mean,
And
it's pretty simple.
I think that's why, you could be in the same area and some people will see a craft and others won't. Because they're not.
Dr. Heineck said a long time ago, you have 10 people out in the field and have an event happen, and then interview those 10 people, and you're going to probably get 5 different stories.
Mm-hmm. Right. So true.
Yep.
When we started dating, RJ had never seen the movie What Dreams May Come. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
It made
Robin
me
Williams.
cry. Yeah, I loved
It's
it.
one of my very, very all-time favorite movies because it's so, being a medium, I see death totally different than maybe some other people. But to me, that movie just really nailed it on the consciousness, how the consciousness does go on, and we create what we want. And in that movie, it shows that the reality that you get is the reality that you seek, and that's on a conscious level. So it's the spirit, the soul, and I kept seeing that while he was talking. So I just wanted to share that if anybody out there has not seen that movie, you have to. And we actually rented it in a hotel room so RJ could see it, and I think it became one of your favorites as well. Yeah, you think, newly couple.
It's better
you
by
have
the
better
minute.
things.
What else did you rent?
Yeah. None yet.
Wow.
Were there quarters for the? Never mind.
Another movie that I
Whatever you
loved,
manifest.
had a big impact on me, was Cloud Atlas. And every time I say that, nobody knows what the hell it was about.
That
Right.
Nicole Kidman was in there.
I watched that and I forgot what it was about.
It it was about how our lives intertwine through space and time, and our behavior and our actions in one life can change the entire way another life goes. Future, past, all at once. Yeah, it was mind blowing. You have to pay attention to when you watch it, though, because it's very complicated.
Been looking for that.
Very deep.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to like take away all other stimulus in order to watch that one.
Yeah, that's a movie that you got to turn the phone down, and because like a lot of times I'm playing on my phone while I watch the TV. Like my brain is like multitasking all the time. But that's a movie you got to really just be in.
Right. I'll be looking for it.
All right.
You did a super job of asking him
Yeah, you did.
Good
the
questions.
things that, yeah.
Thank you.
Really good
Good.
questions.
Yeah.
I tried to prepare. He wanted questions, so I tried to prepare with as many questions as I felt like our viewers might have if they got a chance to talk to an extraterrestrial. What would you ask? So there's a lot more questions, but we'll
I
play
think it's
those.
a really good idea that you're the one doing regressions.
Yeah, because I'd be like, can I go with you today?
I'd have the light out, like in the position. What are you doing?
Trying to open up his eyes.
Do I know you?
What are you here for?
Yeah.
Serial number.
So for this next one, and I think we already know the answer, but I wanted to ask it anyway, is if extraterrestrials were already on this planet with us. Are extraterrestrials already on planet Earth with us?
The extraterrestrials have been on this earth way longer than any of you have been here. We helped this whole creation in a way that helped us be able to reflect the universe in a more smaller way of looking at it as the micro and macro. We are all God, as God is part of us. In your term of God, you look at it as source energy. Source energy is the beginning as well as the end, if there is a beginning or an end, depending again on each individual. So if we are part of God and we can create as God created us, if you understand, we have helped create and build this society. And you will always help build other societies. And then those societies, upon those and those. Why the macro and micro come hand to hand in this type of story. We all created these stories. It's just some creations fall as others thrive. Again, depending on the race as one, and also depends on those for one individual.
We knew it.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I said at another show that sometimes some beings have the ability to go by a planet and just scan it and know where they're at, the whole planet, where the levels at, what's going on. So I'm hoping that they're seeing some good stuff from ours. So
Good, the bad, and the
some
ugly,
thrive
right?
and some don't, right? But I think we are. I mean, we want to get off this planet. We want to see what's out in the universe. That's why we're doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
We want to talk to them. We want to talk to our neighbors. We want to be a part of it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if there's anybody out there that's going, wow, are they here? So if any of our audience,
They've been here a lot longer than us.
yeah,
We're here because of them. That's
Yeah.
the bottom line. Yeah. We are part of them. They are part of us. Look at you.
So the next question I'll have to ask for the next time is why they created us.
Yeah.
Dana's face.
Do we really want to know this? Okay. I'm creating my universe as we speak.
someone had to take care of this planet, and
You really think it's
make
us?
it- well,
Well, that's. I mean, it is now.
Turn it around
might
really
not.
quick.
It might not have been in the beginning, but it is now. I think.
And it may not be in the future.
Yeah,
You took
That's
the
true.
words right out of my mouth, Jeff.
that's true. But it's ours now.
but if you think about it, there's millions of different beings right on this planet,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all here. Ooh, Dana froze. What a face!
She's coming
That's
back.
a different show.
You should,
Off the island
You should've-
today, so I'm
you
gonna
should-
just be quiet and stay in my
You
corner
should-
like a Brady Bunch person over here.
No,
it was quite the expression that were
that
frozen.
would not work for you, Dana. I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Please edit that out, Mary.
See when I
No.
she leaves my stupid in, she has to leave yours as well, right? But yeah, I think every being
Good.
has their purpose on this planet. So I think I think weirdly.
Yeah, I think every little molecule is an expression of everything total, So like the macro and the micro. And
I
So
always
I'll-
say, when I see a little baby or a squirrel or a dog I like, I'm like, oh, what a beautiful manifestation of God you are.
yeah,
Because everything is a manifestation of what is,
right.
Right.
Well, see, we have a purpose, Dana.
Another expression of it.
Oh, I know I have a purpose.
I
Not finished.
know you do.
Purpose. That's
I don't know what it is yet, but I know it's coming.
I purposely know I have.
All right. So for this very last one, as always, I try to get where they're from, what solar system, what star system. I always like to, and sometimes that's the hardest one to get, but
I appreciate that.
we try anyway, right?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Which star system are you from?
I came from Alpha Centauri, but the war became a very chaotic mess. So I came here to help this place because I can't help the planets that I was supposed to help there. So now I'm kind of stationed in certain areas to help the best way that I can. We all come with a team because we can't all do it by ourselves, because creation isn't just one individual, it's a group. So we all come as a group to help certain people, certain individuals, as well as a bigger picture, a world, an Earth like yours, or other planets.
So if we all come from God's source and we're all connected, does that make God an alien?
That's not necessarily true. as we're all trying to even still understand exactly what God is just all. You can look at him as a human, you can look at him as an animal, you can look at him as an alien, you can look at him as anything that you want if you want to give it a label for a physical. But we look at it as an energy source that goes beyond anything that could be ever physical. Not saying that it isn't physical, we're just saying that it's all. So it's all non as well physical.
Are you immortal?
No, I am not. Not everything is unless they choose to. I am just living in a state where if I choose to be immortal, then I can. But if I am ready to go and be created into something new, then I go and become something different.
It's pretty cool.
What an answer, huh?
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the universe is alive. The whole universe is a being. You know, that's what the universe wants to know, and we're all a part of the knowing. We give the information back. So
It's interesting how we have more and more and more people who are seeing this in a similar way or the same way, that God is source, God is energy, God is everything, including us, and the grass and the trees and our animals.
it's not an old man in the sky with a beard.
No, he's at my house. Although I have to say he does sit on some clouds now and then.
Well, you know, that's what people think. They think it's some old man with a beard, you know.
You walk around in white robes.
Yes.
You hand out harps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could easily do that.
Yeah.
But, I think that everything aside, religions have their purpose, and I don't ever want to diss anybody for
No.
the way that they believe,
Mm-hmm.
because just
Because that's part of their grand design,
Yeah.
which at the end of the
Right.
day is your grand design, because we're all from the same thing.
That's right.
So they have to live their design so you can live yours, so you can get to another one.
We definitely
Yeah.
have to respect it.
Confusing.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what path you walk, it all leads to the same end.
right. And it goes back to him, what he was talking about with what we see, what we manifest, what is real to us is the way we think
Mm-hmm.
as individuals. So, on a spiritual level, we're all one, we're all connected, we are the same, but as individuals in separate dense bodies, we're supposed to think differently. That's how we learn.
Well, I think it too. It's like, we've all come here for different purposes, to hold energy for different parts of Earth. So if we all think the same, we're all just gonna do one thing. We're supposed to be different, have different beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, a lot of people say, well, if ET's coming here, that's going to blow my religion or blow my beliefs. Well, it's not, because the woman's just telling you that it's what you make it. So it's still going to be there wherever you go, no matter where in the universe. It's whatever you believe. So you can still have that belief.
But it never really ends then, because we've had to have been doing this since, well, if you want to go with the Adam and Eve thing, is at the start. So we just keep recycling and recycling and recycling and recycling and recycling forever into infinity. Or we switch it to a different form, like I'm going to be a tree now.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go live on a completely different planet. Or I'm becoming the planet.
Right.
Ah!
Yeah. Well, and as people,
many rabbit holes.
Mary and I, with doing regression work, past life regression and progression work, you do see that, sometimes people were from other planets at
Mm-hmm.
different lifetimes, or not even human, just a totally different type of being.
But we also can be living different lives all at the same time in different places.
Right.
How long do we have to do this for?
Well,
That's
I
a
think
long time, man.
I think what he said is, it's up to us.
Yeah, however long you want to do it.
I think I need to get to know myself better then and really have some counseling before I come back.
Well, like I said, I think the universe uses us for information to find out what life's like and experience through us. It experiences, through us, it experiences whatever we want to experience. So, do it all, man. Just do it all.
Yeah. Just be kind.
Yeah, with loving heart.
Oh, I agree with all of that. I'm just trying to get my brain around that particular part of it. Like, I hope I get some nap time in there somewhere.
I think too, it's all about like that evolution. When we first began, we started off as rocks and trees, and then next time animals, and the next time this kind of person and this kind of person. So that we just continue to evolve until we reach that point where we can decide: do I want to come back, or do I just want to stay up with the stars? Stay up with my star cluster family versus coming back here to this consciousness, staying up with that consciousness type thing.
Right. Yeah.
Because they say that's why people have animals. Is you have animals and you give them love to teach them how to love for when they come in human form.
Yeah. Yeah, they say like animals that understand their names and understand human language, they're evolving to the point where the next reincarnation they have, will probably be.
Animals understand way more than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
And, RJ and I have had this little debate off and on that, I oftentimes feel that dogs in particular are above humans.
And
Probably.
I think cats are, so that's our debate.
I'm a cat person, but I'm also a dog person. But you've all met my cat.
Right. Now, cats are a whole different story. They're not all that loving and forgiving. Dogs, I mean, they...
See why we didn't.
You haven't been loved until you've been loved by a dog. I'm here to tell you.
I've been loved by a dog, but I'm also loved by Elvis in the corner over here.
Oh, my cats.
I mean, cats
like
are
me when
loving,
I
but
pet
they
them.
also,
I've had both.
You tick them off and their tail goes. Click,
We're going to have to ask the audience to weigh in and do a poll.
Right.
Yeah.
I like them both, but I'm currently an owner of 3 cats.
Right.
And I can tell you there's a very definitive thing between male and female. The male cats are a lot more loving, and the females are a little more snippy. Kind of like.
I wonder
Like
if it's because you're a female, because I had the opposite. The male cats didn't like me so much as the
I love
female.
male cats. I wish I had 12 of them.
Yeah. That's weird. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah. My best cats throughout I've always had dogs and cats. And,
well, you're allergic to cats, so
I am highly allergic to cats, and so are my kids. But yeah, I've had both, and for me, the most loving have been the males, for sure.
But dogs are definitely their own. I mean, they're very different animals. Dogs are very, very much your best friend for real.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Sheldon is
they
my
know
soulmate.
when you need them. They listen. They love you no matter what.
I love all your animals.
I willed him be alive, I tell you, because when I took him to the vet, everyone thought he was going to die. Even the big fancy vet hospital, they were like, I don't think he's going to make it through the night. And I'm like, yes, he will. And a few weeks later, his liver was healed and it had failed. And he's my soulmate. This dog is my soulmate.
So some of us are Lyrans and some of us are from the Dog Star.
Right. But I think that dogs are more evolved than humans because we're still learning to love unconditionally.
Yeah.
And they are not. There they are.
That's true.
They get it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Cats are very healing.
Cats are okay. I've always had them.
Speakers
I'm
were
allergic to them
talking about
too.
you. My cat is en route to read you the riot act.
Are we hearing about cats over here? I have a cat.
Yeah, he heard cat and he's all like, "What are you talking about? What's happening? Who are these people?" Are them
Let me
again?"
tell you.
They brought me on their show.
Hey, what's going on?
Squeak. Yep, you're
Hey,
almost there.
Goody.
Howdy.
The ear. Here he comes.
He definitely knew what we were talking about.
Look at that silhouette coming across the
love it.
screen.
I love it.
Yeah, that's right. Tell 'em,
Pat me, mommy.
you're a good boy.
Yeah.
They meant
Aw.
What a majestic cat.
He looks like my mosquito that just went back to the ethers.
heavens.
Yeah.
He looks like my old Smokey, too.
Yep.
And you get to meet Smokey. He was
He
amazing.
looks like my ancestors from about 1,000,000 years ago.
You show
Oh,
it.
dear. Yeah, we get off topic now and then, don't we?
Yeah.
Just like this. Sorry,
But
everyone.
That was, I'll tell you what, that was a great 2 weeks of shows. I loved
Mhm.
it. Thank you so much.
So do we get to do?
Very different from the other ones I've been on.
Oh,
yeah.
That one was very, and he really sounds like he's talking from somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's more where that came from. So
Oh, we're going to have
Oh,
more of that?
boy.
Okay, cool.
Are we doing this
Woohoo.
again next week?
we are.
Yay.
Woohoo.
All right. You guys have a good night.
All right, thank
Bye.
you.
Love you all.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials. Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation. We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next. The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials and what are their plans? It's time to find out with the voices